a surprise, I did research in the last 15 plus years, and I found this is partly complete only, or partly accurate. Why? Passion is something that you love, that you enjoy doing, and it has no relevance to either earning your bread or giving service to humanity. And what did I discover? Make your purpose your profession. And that's why I wrote this book during the COVID, after discovering how can I help youngsters as well as professionals make the right career choice, not based only on passion. Purpose has got passion built in. It's like a two sides of a coin. So don't get me wrong there. But if you go only by passion, there's no service involved, and spirituality, irrespective of religion, says you are here on this earth with a mission to help other people, using your gift, skills, and talents so that the world becomes a better place. So if you make your profession or career based on your passion, you are not going to serve, and therefore we will all become a statistic, which is the richest place on this earth, surface of the earth. So I read this up in some article recently. The place where you find maximum riches on the surface of the earth is the burial ground, because the Creator gave us a lot of gifts, skills, and talents and said, go and serve the world, discover it, and the expectation of the Creator. And therefore, all the gifts, skills, and talent, which is in abundance in each one of us, you and me, if you're not using it, it'll go back along with your body when you exit this earth. Okay? So we do not want you to do that. We want you to leverage your gift, skills, and talents. And that's the purpose of career coaching, career counseling. This is the link. Anybody who wants, I can give you this. It just costs 50 rupees only. And the gist of my presentation is also given there. So I'm going to give any 10 people, preferably the people who joined before 6 p.m. on time or ahead of time, to introduce themselves in maximum 20 seconds. So who are the volunteers? You can unmute and speak. I will permit only 10 people to manage time.
Sir, yeah. Ashutosh Anant. Ashutosh Anant.
Yeah, Ashutosh.
Yes, sir, Ashutosh.
Okay,
Anant.
anyone else?
Dr. Mamta Barman.
Okay, you can answer some of the questions on the screen also.
Sir, I am Bhuma Krishnan. I am a counselor, psychotherapist, and a career coach. I am located in Bangalore. Yes, I am a trained career coach, and I do have over 2.5 decades in psychology. I do use a few psychometric tests. Challenge in career counseling, public perception. People are not too comfortable, and then there are a lot of questions they ask. They appear to be convinced. I don't know how far they are, and yeah, this is it.
All right, thank you. Who's going next?
Hello,
Yep.
Good evening, sir. I'm Kritika Andidalal. I'm from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and I have done my master's in applied psychology. And during the course of study, I had practicals in which there was psychometric assessments and all. And now I look forward to give NET exam. That's about
All
me.
right.
Roma.
Okay. Yeah.
Roma.
Go ahead.
Roma.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psychology.
Yeah, go ahead.
Roma, MA Psychology. I live in Delhi. I'm a teacher and a psychologist, and I am a career counselor also.
Okay.
And I have been using tests for assessing personality, aptitude, and interests. And I want to, but although I've done a course in career counseling, but I want to enhance myself by doing a course from 3G Me Life. Thank you.
All right, next person. Yeah, next person, please.
Myself, Mateen Nazir. I am from Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, actually, I'm a commerce PG student. I completed my commerce degree in Kanpur University. Still nowadays, I'm working as a finance officer in MHRD, Government of India.
Okay.
I'm looking for training the very lot of youth in my state on the psychometric for career counseling. I have attended a good professional webinars from the 3G team. Very much good, interesting webinars they were. They were very purposeful and very useful webinars. I attended. I want to explore all the knowledge and much more things from this 3G team and like that, so that I can help and I can serve my society as well as I can help more people in my area, in my society, in my
All
community.
right. Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Who's going next?
Hello, I'm Divya
Yeah.
Verma.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a PhD scholar pursuing PhD in psychology. I'm qualified MSc in clinical psychology. I'm a family therapist, and I have experience as a school counselor.
Okay.
I had experience of giving a life skills classes to students, to adolescents, and I want to see my career in career coaching and related to psychology. So I'm very much interested in this concept.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Who's going next? Three more.
Myself Sheikh
Okay.
myself Sheikh Karimullah, calling from Hyderabad.
Yep.
I did my MBA and MTech. Now I am running my own nursing college near Hyderabad.
All right. Okay. Two more persons.
Hello, sir. I'm Anita Ghandala, and I'm an MSc Psychology graduate. I'm into mental wellness and career counseling. I'm a certified career analyst. Would love to build my career as a career counselor.
What is the answer to question number 6? Anita.
I just recently started. I came here to learn more from you.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Last person. Last person.
Hello.
Yes.
Myself
Yes.
Sheikh Karimullah. I did my MBA and MTech.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Hyderabad.
You already said Karim. Karim, you already introduced yourself.
Okay.
Who's
Thank you.
going next? Anybody else?
Sir, Ashutosh.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Ashutosh,
Sir,
go.
hi. This is Ashutosh. Yes, my name is Ashutosh, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Ashutosh.
I've done my MBA in finance. I am from Nagpur, and I am trained. I'm trained career counselor. I've done a course, and I want to build my career into career counseling. I'm starting up now. My
So tell me
experience
the
is
answer
into
for question
understanding
number 6.
psychometrics.
Yeah.
Sir, I've just started, so I have just come to learn more. So I've just started.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody who responded to the introduction. We don't have time to get everybody introduced. I just wanted to have a pulse of background of some of the people at least here. So thank you for that. And we'll get, whenever you ask questions later, you can always introduce yourself with your name and location. Yeah. Now, I've got a question to each one of you, and you can type in the answer in the chat box. Which plane is this? Type in the name of the plane in the chat box. I've not got any name so far. Preeti, then answer is already on the photograph. It is HT2, stands for Hindustan Trainer 2, manufactured by HL. That is the first plane, propeller plane that I flew way back in 1979. Now, this is a fair weather plane. You can only fly during day, not in the night. during day also without clouds. In clouds, you can't orient because the instrument system are not good enough. It has got a simple, magnetic compass like this. So tell me, if you are sitting in the cockpit, this is how you see the instrument. What is the direction of this plane? Anybody can type in the chat box. What is the direction of the plane? Is it north 360? Is it 340? Somebody has said north. Okay. I'm looking for more accurate answers. And the direction is given by the needle. Somebody has said east also. If you become a pilot Roma, there's going to be danger. Okay. All right. Northwest, yeah, north 334. Okay, that's a pretty good guess there. Northwest, north, generic. All right. Thank you for the responses. Thank you for the responses. You can stop that for the time being. I'm going to move on. Now, I'm going to introduce you. Before this, I want to show you another plane. That's not coming up. It's hidden. Okay. Supposing you are to fly Airbus 380. Airbus 380 can carry 550 passengers. It can fly for 16 hours non-stop. That means you can take off from New Delhi and land up in Buenos Aires or Argentina non-stop in about 16 to 17 hours. Will you use the simple magnetic compass on the extreme left of your screen, or a little more sophisticated gyro compass in the middle? Or would you use a very accurate one where against the 359.5? That's the kind of accuracy this will give using either inertial navigation system or the satellite navigation system. Which of the compass would you like to use if you're flying an expensive and 550 people on board Airbus 380? So tell me, left extreme 1, middle one is 2, and right extreme is 3. Which instrument would you like to have? Leftmost? Kriti, leftmost, you want to have the raw, less accurate one, or you want to have more accurate one? Left extreme 1. I'm a bit surprised. So if you take off from Bangalore to Delhi or Delhi to Bangalore, you'll end up in some other destination because the compass is not very accurate. So more accurate on which one? 1, 2, 3. I'll come to know which is 1, 2, 3, left, middle, and center. Okay, somebody said 2. Prerna says 3. Bina says 3. Right extreme. Yeah, thank you for your response. Yes, I'm going to recommend, as a former pilot, which I'm not currently flying, you must have the most accurate instrument. So imagine each one of you are going to be captaining or helping a child or a student or an adult direct their life long distance for 70, 80, 90, 100 years. They say we are all made to live for 100 years. If you die earlier than 100 years, that means we are looking after our body. So if you want to guide, direct, help, coach a student in career counseling, you must go for the most accurate tools. That is why the psychometric assessments are important in career counseling, and which are the ones that we are going to introduce you to. On the extreme left is the RISEC interest profiling, which is like a magnetic compass, not very accurate, useful. Everything is useful. You can get more accuracy when you use a personality test like a Big 5, as well as reasoning ability. So interest profiling gives us an idea as to what are the careers you are likely to enjoy doing. Personality test and ability test gives us answers as to what comes naturally to us, or what are you good at naturally. And of course, the last one is using another psychometric test called motivation or values assessment to find out what's more important to you and why, and how much it is getting fulfilled. Your answers to your needs, wants, and desires. So keeping this in mind, if you have to fly an Airbus 380 and we are going to deal with careers of youth or professionals in their mid-career transition or even on retirement, please ensure you do not use only an interest profiling. Please consider the highest accurate instrument, a combination of interest profiling, personality testing, ability or reasoning tests. If relevant for adults, I do not recommend ability tests unless that is going to be useful to them. And of course, your motivation questionnaire. These are the minimum 4 tests that I recommend for a student in 10th onwards. We don't recommend using any of these tests for children in 9th or less because the tests are not designed for them. Therefore, accuracies will be low. Okay. Now, we have an MBBS degree holder and he or she is struggling. Should I pick up a government hospital administration, or should I join a medical publishing firm, or become a trainer, or should I get into real estate? Should I become a politician like the central health minister, or should I join a private clinic? How will you advise this doctor who just got MBBS fresh and he or she is feeling confused? Type in your chat, what's your advice? Which 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 of the careers, which one would you recommend and why? Can anybody, some volunteers, type in the chat box, how are you going to advise? And what will be the advice? Okay, I'm waiting. Nobody's typing in. There are 8 options after MBBS. Government hospital, private clinic, trainer, government hospital. We should see his interest. That is what Mateen says. NGO, government hospital. I found only one person saying find out his interest or her interest. Others have already given prescription. Career counselors don't give prescription. Career counselors help the student or the counselee or the client make a decision, informed career decision. Okay, thank you for typing in. I'm going to move forward. Thank you for typing in. For selecting a career, first thing that you must consider for this person is select the work you enjoy doing. Okay. 2, your job should leverage your gifts, natural skills, and talents that you are good at, that gives you joy. To give more clarity, what is a gift? A gift is a skill that a person picks up by nature without any formal training, and they can reasonably do well. It could, typically what we see is people draw or so many things, oftentimes genetically identified or close association with people who are good there. So gifts are creator given, God given, whatever name you want. We pick it up naturally without any formal training. We may not be good there, we may not be an Olympic champion. Now, natural skills are, a rabbit can run and jump very well, get an A+, exceptional rating. If you force or if you throw the rabbit into water, it will drink water, struggle to come to the shore because a rabbit is not made, not designed, not manufactured by the creator to swim or fly or even climb trees. So natural skills are skills that come effortlessly to you. And talents are skills that you're outstanding in, skills that you have developed with formal training, and you are far, far better than majority of the people. Therefore, if this doctor picks up a career of the 8 options, first he has to look at what will he enjoy doing. 2 will be what is he good at based on the gifts, natural skills, and talents that he or she has got. And then is He or she should be able to solve problems faced by humanity. That means whatever career, whatever work he or she does should be beneficial to somebody in this world, because that's a mandate that we all accepted when we came to earth for a sojourn or journey on earth to make this world a better place. Reach out and touch the hearts and minds of someone to make their life better. And of course, contributes to making this world a better place, I mentioned. Naturally, what spirituality does not clearly say is, or it says that if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one, your legitimate needs, wants, and desires, which are important to you, will get fulfilled. Now, the problem with human beings like you and me are, if I ask each one of you, what is the legitimate needs, wants, and desires important to you? You may say some with half-baked knowledge or half-baked belief, or some of us may not be clear. So if you have answers to 1 to 5 given on the screen, then you can suggest to this MBBS doctor degree holder, these are the possible careers. These are the 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you have understood this, and this is the core of spirituality or holistic based career counseling, please type in a yes. A Y. A Y or a yes means, yeah, aha, I got some new insight. And that's my purpose. Okay, I'm finding a number of yeses getting typed in. Thank you for that, which means you are listening. You are not distracted, which therefore I feel very confident and motivated to continue my session with all my energy so that each one of you will benefit. That's the purpose. Yeah. Okay, or it's really interesting. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move forward. So we solved the problem of the doctor using a structure. This is, anybody type, what do you see? Number 1 on the screen. Anybody can find a quick answer? What is the meaning of 1? What is this person trying to do? Type in if you can. Magic, no. Future, fortune teller using what? Predicting using what? Crystal ball gazing. Okay, so this is called crystal ball gazing. Okay, then let me show you the next one. Any idea what does this mean? This is also a prediction method. Those who are from Tamil Nadu, Kerala should be able to answer this question easily because it's very prevalent there. It's a kind of astrology board. Any more clarity? Conch shells, yes, but there's something more to it. It's a fortune teller using Losu grid. I've not heard about that. Okay, anybody else? Anybody from Kerala? They will know. Tamil Nadu, southern part of Tamil Nadu, very popular. Seen for the Jyotishyam. You're correct. You're correct. So they are called Jyotishyas. Okay. Prasnam Vakyuga, if you know Malayalam, that means, they guess the future. Okay. So that is another method of predicting careers. You can use any of these, okay, for the doctor. What should he become or she become? All right. Okay. Jyotishyam is correct, not meditation. What about third one? What is this? This is a method of, again, prediction. Tarot card reading. All right. Amanda, you got it correct. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Thank you for that. Fourth one, what is this method of prediction? Now the item number 4, what is this? Parrot reading, okay? Keli Jyotisham, parrot reading, Pakshi Shastra. Okay, people called by different names in different parts of the country. Totawala, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. What about this? Number 5. What is this way of predicting? Fortune telling with the help of parrot, okay, yeah? Palm reading, yeah? Very correct. Palmistry is more popular, I guess. That's why we are more familiar with it. What about this? Item number 6. This is not popular in India. It's very popular in the US, or was popular in the US. NLP, no. Brain, no. Mind reading, no. The answer is already there in the picture. The answer is already in the picture, but you have to make out the meaning of it. Mind reading, no. The answer is in the picture, the word phrenology. Prerna, that's correct. Phrenology is predicting your future, looking at the shape of your head. Okay, so this is called phrenology. Very popular in the US. In India, I've seen only a very few people there. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. That is item number 7. The answer is already there. What is it? What is this methodology? Chat in. I'm not Nadi. Yeah, Nadi astrology is correct. Yeah, palm leaf astrology, Nadi astrology, Nadi Jyotisham. Yeah, Taliola. Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And let's go to the next one, 8th one. 8th one. What about this? What is this method of prediction? DNA analysis, okay? Any other name for it? No, item number 8, I'm looking for answers for diagnosis. What diagnosis? So this is called genealogy. You know, your gene analysis. They only charge 35,000 rupees and they take for 14 days to genealogy is correct. And it takes only 35,000 odd rupees. I know 2 agencies, one in Hyderabad and one in Pune who do that. Okay. You must get educated what all is there. What about this item number 9? Item number 9 is also one of the methods people offer. Dermatoglyphics or DMT. What does that mean? Explain it to me. Thumb reading, okay? Or is it thumb impression reading? It is not dermatology. Dermatology is skin. Biometric, generic name, carried by fingerprint. Yeah, okay. And I hope some of you may know that dermatoglyphics is banned by Indian Psychiatry Association. But there are minimum 500 people using it, practicing it in India. Now that is India. And what about 10? Number 10. Easy. Psychometric testing. So if you have to imagine this doctor is your brother, sister, or somebody very dear to you, which of the prediction methods will you use to help that doctor decide which one should you go to? Okay, Madhu says number 10. Amanda, Prerna. But why? I'm wondering why you have said all the other things are in use in the world in India. But all the answers so far said 9 and 6. Who's this Kriti? 9 and 6. 9 is dermatoglyphics, probably your experience to it, and 6 is phrenology. Okay. Now, British Psychological Society says 1 to 9 are not accurate enough to predict and make a major decision. They are popular decision or prediction methods, but not accurate enough, which has gone through the rigor of longitudinal studies, which can be used accurately by anybody going through a formal training. Yeah. The second one is called, can somebody repeat what is number 2? Somebody's asking, otherwise I'm skipping it. We'll see in the question and answer session later. Okay. So British Psychological Society says, though 1 to 9 are used by various people in various cultures, they do not meet the rigor and accuracy levels of prediction to be used for an important decision like career counseling. Okay, they are not saying it is not useful. They're saying evidence is not presented to them or anybody to prove that it is consistently predictable. Why? We'll come to the details as we go along. All right. So I'm moving on to the next slide. This is to give you a picture about or an idea about what are the prediction methods available. So before we go, let me tell you, in 2003, last I was in their headquarters looking after the selection of pilots and, giving them appointment letters at various levels from NDA to CDSE entry or NCC entry. At that time, now this number is more than 10,000, I know. At that time, 2003, more than 7,000 commercial pilots were jobless after investing 40 to 50 lakhs to get a commercial pilot license. Why? Pilot is very attractive, very in thing to be in, jazzy. By the way, the only profession in the world where you can earn more than $1 lakh starting salary as a co-pilot is a commercial pilot license holder, and a person can do that as a teenager. The only career where you can get a formal certification employment at the age, supposing a child completes 10th standard at 15 and 17 completes 12, in the next 1.5 years. That means 18.5, he can become a co-pilot in an airliner, and the starting salary goes anywhere from 1.5 lakhs upwards for a co-pilot, for all those who want to become more aware. 75% of employees are unhappy at work to some degree or the other because they don't find joy in what they do. They have to work using the left-hand skills. Now, I want all of you to put your signature with your primary hand, which most of you will be right hand. Put your signature on a sheet of paper using your right hand. And I guess it's easy. If you've done that, I'm sure all of you have done that fast. I want you to now put your signature below that signature using your left hand. Put your signature with your left hand or your secondary hand below that signature. And if they are matching 100%, whether the banker will clear the check, please type in Y for yes, it will be cleared by the banker. If no, type in N, meaning no, banker will not clear. Oh, there's one response. Why? I expect majority of you, literally 100% of you, unless you are left and right and ambidextrous, to say yes. Okay, so majority of you say no. Now, signature is a skill. Writing with your right hand is a natural. Now, I can teach each one of you to write your signature within a week, either by giving you 10 lakh cash reward, or the next alternative which I have is take out my secret AK-47 with 36 round belt with my finger and the gun will be pointing on your neck and my finger is on the trigger. If I press, you are finished. I'm not finished. Nobody will come to know because this is done in secrecy. So will you be able to learn signing with your left hand or your secondary hand within a period of 3 days? If I come with the AK-47 like this, if you say yes, please write Y. Yes, I will be able to learn because I love my life. I don't want to take a no. Okay. No. Divya says yes, she's motivated. Archana says no. Then I'm going to pull the trigger. If you love your life, you might as well practice and prove. Amanda, yes. Priya says yes. Yes, because of the pressure, the consequence of death. Yes, Shabba says yes. Others also, everybody will say yes within a couple of minutes when I increase the pain. Yeah. Yes, under stress, under pressure, it is basically a negative motivation. There are only two motivators in life: increased pressure, joy, ecstasy, or reduce pain, sorrow, grief. So when I said 10 lakhs cash award, I said increase. I said your life is at stake, reduce the pain of death, reduce the pain of injury, reduce the pain of going to a creator very much early than what is required. Therefore, you will put in effort and prove till the time the threat is there. Or for some other people, say 10 lakhs is not good enough, give me 1 crore, I will do. Therefore, the point I'm making is you can learn a skill so long as anybody on this earth can demonstrate it. Any skill is learnable. But there's something called natural skills or effortless skill versus a learned skill which is not effortless, it's stressful. If I ask you to continuously work with your left hand, which is not your primary hand, you're going to feel stress. That means if you are able to put to use at least 80% of the skills that come naturally and effortlessly to you, like writing with the right hand as a primary hand, or like a rabbit running and jumping, not swimming or flying, then you are likely to enjoy your work. That is the logic behind where is your, or what are the skills that you enjoy doing, so the skills that are coming naturally to you. Okay, I wanted to share some more. Stress at work is primarily because not enough opportunities to fully express their passion, gift, skills, and talents, like right hand writing. If you're imagine you're hired and you're told learn and do writing with your other hand, you're going to experience stress every day. 7 years spent, I knew a guy in Bangalore, I'm based out of Bangalore. 7 years this youngster spent in a B.Tech or a Bachelor of Engineering college to please his parents. After 7 years and spending close to 35 lakhs, parents said enough is enough. 7 years there, you're rotting, come out. And the parents permitted him to do BA, which he liked. And when I met him 3 years back, he was a successful sales manager because he had come to our company for a job because he had advertised for a sales manager vacancy. Imagine the amount of money spent, time gone, prime time gone, loss, secondary ailments or psychosomatic ailments, loss to the government, loss to the nation by helping a person not making the right career choice. So as career counselors, potential career counselors, you are nation builders. You are saving lifetime and money for the youth. You are saving money and reducing stress of parents who will have to suffer for so many years wasting money. Yeah. So let me take some questions. So there is Kashika saying, so parents of left-handed children try and force them to write with the right hand. Should they be not forcing their children as it comes naturally, or they should? If the child has picked up by nature left hand, they must continue and permit them to use their left hand. If you force the child with punishment or undue inducement, the child will not become a full bloom flower. It will be half shrunk flower. Therefore, they will have a lot of issues with self-esteem and so many psychosomatic issues. They will rarely become a shining star. Okay? All right. Then what do we do? So let me give you some statistics based on published data globally of the predictive quality of psychometric tests, because I'm saying we must use psychometric assessment for career counseling. So graphology report by Schmidt, FL and Hunter, 1998 publication. That's a reference given. Graphology means handwriting analysis. 0.02, literally no. Personality test 0.4 on the lower side. Personality test gives us idea as to what are the skills that come naturally to you. Experience function, that means their work experience. Integrity test, references, structured interview, resume and biographical data, cognitive ability test. Assessment centers use a combination of personality and ability tests and cognitive tests. And simulation is like a flight simulator or a car driving simulator. So closest to the actual working. So we are talking about personality test, which has got by and large aggregate reliability of 0.4 or validity, predictability, as well as cognitive ability, which is supposed to be better. We will see why. Okay, this is to give you a 30,000 view of psychometric assessments used for various purposes, starting from career counseling to hiring to job rotation to development or training. Okay, now what do you see on the screen? Please type in, what do you see on the screen? Please type in your chat box in one word or two words. What do you see? There's a picture. Sea, okay, waves, good observation, seashore, all right, beach, ocean. All right, thank you for your response. Thank you for your response. When you talk to people, like say for higher, you ask, so what do you enjoy doing? What are your strengths? What comes naturally to you? People have a tendency to tell you something like this, not like this. They will only tend to say what they want to tell about themselves, which looks good in the eyes of others. That's what we call social desirability, a tendency in human beings. Good psychometric tests, particularly for selection, uses social desirability measurements in order to ensure that the child or individual does not fake the answer to keep other or the counselor happy or the recruiter happy. Yeah. So the power of psychometric is that you can go deeper, which is not visible to the naked eye in your visual observation or in your, get to the deeper elements of human personality, which will, help us make a better career decision. We recommend use of psychometric tools along with discussion. So we are not ruling out discussion. Okay. This quote by Abraham Maslow: a musician must make his music, an artist must paint, a poet must write if he is to ultimately be at peace with himself and, of course, the creator. I said, we all have come to this earth on the sojourn with the mandate that we'll make this world a better place. And how can you do that? Upgrade your gifts into talents, upgrade your skills into talents, develop your talents to the next level, and do what you enjoy doing, do what you're good at. How do you find out what are my gifts, skills, and talents? That's where I'm taking you now. And most accurate way of doing it. Now, I've got here 6 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. There is 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C till 6A, 6B, 6C. I want all of you to play your life back when you are in 10th standard. Imagine and behave like you were when you were just completing 10th standard. What would have been your choice of career based on that time, what you wished to do, what you said, oh, this is good for me. So type in 1A, 2B, 4B, the top 3 careers you think you would have chosen when you were in 10th standard based on your maturity and awareness at that time. 2A, all right. Doctor, engineer is the most popular course careers people go for. Why? Social acceptance, social visibility, and so-called money as well. Yeah, somebody has gone for 5B, army officer, 4B, teacher, 4A, psychologist. All right, so what does it say? All right, thank you for the response. Let me continue. So people have a vague idea. Some people have a vague idea. Some people are confused. Some people blindly choose, oh, these are the 3 things that I like based on maybe the parents' profession or some of their close friends or relatives or somebody in the society they value, and say, hey, I want to become like that. Yeah. And if a person goes by such a decision, so sometimes the other one is also the parents force them. I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. And I told you that it's incidents of this boy spending 7 years in engineering college. So if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the top row, next row, we have got RIASAC, realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. These are the 6 personality types of Dr. John Holland's theory of vocational guidance. Okay, to simplify it further, this is how the RIASAC model looks like. R for realistic, called the doers, who are active, hands-on, adventurous. They like using their hands, legs, the body. The thinkers are analytical, theoretical, and inquisitive. They like to study cause-effect analysis. The creators are expressive, imaginative, free-spirited. They are artistic in nature. And the social are the helpers. They care for others. They are supportive to others. They collaborate with others. And the enterprising are the persuaders, influential, ambitious, risk taker. And the organizers are the conventional people who are practical, orderly, efficient, the organizers. How do we make meaning out of it? So if any of you chose pilot, merchant navy, cricketer, they are all typically the doers, realistic people, using hand, body, mind, or limbs, mind coordination as a career, because they enjoy doing that. To tell you, I used to conduct pilot aptitude battery tests for 12th standard students for NDA, or Naval Academy pilot selection, or Army officers for flying selection, or graduate entries, CDSE entry or NCC entry. And only about 10 to 15% or lower used to clear the pilot aptitude tests, because pilot training is expensive. A wrong person in the cockpit can lead to death and loss of money, the plane itself. And third is the time taken to train as an expert pilot is also time consuming. So therefore, if a person is not found suitable based on not only interest, but also the skills that come naturally to them, I'll come to that as we go along, because in pilot selection, there is instrument comprehension test, you have verbal, numerical, abstract reasoning test, there is psychomotor abilities test. All are put together to identify who's more suitable to become a pilot or not. Then, if you chose investigative, then you could be an ISRO scientist, a doctor, or virologist, because it's all thinking, analytical, and cost-effect analysis related job. Okay. Then, if you're creators, you could be a sound engineer, you could be a blogger, you could be a violinist. And if you are a helper, if you're chosen under helping or social profession, you would become a teacher or enjoy becoming a teacher, psychologist, or the third one, not able to, yeah, social worker. Okay. And if you are chosen persuaders, that is enterprising, you could be a sales or a business leader, you could be an army officer or a public servant or a chief executive officer in a company, a manager or a leader. And if you are chosen conventional, routine, repetitive work, librarian, registrar, accountant. Now, these career recommendations are based on what you enjoy doing, not about skill. So now you understood how you can use a psychometric test called interest profiling to help identify what you enjoy doing. Because if you ask verbally, what do you enjoy doing? Either they'll be confused or they will not necessarily give you an accurate answer. How accurate is interest profiling? Reasonably accurate. We'll talk about 40% to 60%, not more than that. Like a compass, magnetic compass, a lot of errors, but then it is a useful tool. Okay. So career essentials is do what you enjoy, do what you're good at, where you can provide service and there are beneficiaries who will benefit from it. So pilot, what does he do? Flying. What service does he provide? Mobility. And who's the beneficiary? The passenger. Similarly, I'll not go through all of them. Librarian. He or she is good in organizing. That's a skill that he or she enjoys. And what service does he provide? Provides knowledge, transferring knowledge, facility for that. Who are the beneficiaries? Any student or anybody who uses the service of the library. Similarly, a doctor, he is able to diagnose. Diagnostic capability is a skill. And benefit can be reducing pain. Who's it? A person who's sick, a patient. Let's look at the teacher. Teacher skill is teaching. And the domain or the service is educating people. And who's the beneficiary? The students who come to. So now are you able to, looking at this chart in front of you, identify how to identify the careers? And the first thing is what you enjoy doing using an interest profile, which only says, what does this person enjoy doing? Not about the skill, whether they're good, bad, ugly, no. Okay? If you have understood, please type in yes. If you have a question, you can type in. I'm going to spend 5 minutes to answer questions if you've got any burning questions right now. All right, I'm getting a yes response. I need to ask also at this time, it's already 7 o'clock. 1 hour is the initial announced time. I have got free time till 7:30. Are you interested in continuing and learning some more useful information? If yes, type in yes or Y. If anybody thinks that you've got some other assignment or important commitment, please feel free to leave. I will share my details. You can always connect with me later. Okay, I'm going to go a little faster also. So I want you to now answer. Imagine you're looking for a job. You're unemployed. Either you have completed 10th, 12th, graduation, post-graduation. What are the motivators, what you consider important for you in the career that you want to choose? 1 to 15 is there. Identify the top 3 and type in your chat box the top 3 motivators that you look for in your career. What makes you choose a particular career, not the other one, based on the motivation or your values? I've given a list of 15 of them. Choose 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4, 7, 12, 2, 3, 12. Some more. Yeah, okay, 10, 11, 12, 2, 8, 10. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. And why I asked this, it is to prove a point. Lot of times, people choose careers based on the salary, doctor, engineer, whereas you prove that that's a wrong way of choosing. Yeah. Money alone, if a person comes from a low income background, they have got a lot of financial debt from parents or otherwise, or they need to say support the education or family because there's no breadwinner at home. I guess, yes, salary is important, maybe number 1. But there are so many other motivators. Even if you don't get the salary that you want, the other motivators are going to keep you going. That's what I want you to understand. Your needs, wants, and desires are not just money, but a lot of people falsely believe it is money, and therefore they make a wrong career choice and regret later. I hope that is an insight for each one of you. So this is the example of an interest profile report. So for those who have not seen a report, so you got realistic here. I'm showing the pointer, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. The highest one, 8 out of 10. Yeah. So wherever you got a very high score, outstanding score, we say those are the gifts or the skills around that. So social means it could be connecting with people. It could be talking to people. It could be networking with people, supporting people, all careers around social, including teaching. You know, I've seen children in 8th, 9th standard earning more than 2,000 rupees a month by giving tuition to children in the locality, where normal tuition teachers charge so much of money, they do it half the cost, and they promise and deliver, and they already become a teacher even before hitting 10th standard. Can you imagine? That's how you discover their passion, what they are interested in. Okay. Then, why psychometrics? Doing a job not aligned with your interest, personality, reasoning, cognitive or reasoning ability, or motivation can be stressful over a period of time. That's what various studies have been proving. Success in life can become a permanent struggle if you are doing a job that requires you to sign or write 10 to 6 p.m. with your left hand, whereas you are a right-handed person. Awareness is an enabler to make for you to make the right choice. So this is how a typical RISEC report or an interest profiling report will look like. Yeah. Now, I recommend usage of what we call interest profiling called vocation, published by Central Test, because they divide the RISEC into further two. So if you are realistic, it can be physical and outdoor activities or manual technical interests. If you are investigative, intellectual curiosity and learning, science and technology. If you're artistic, aesthetic sense and expression and creativity in design. And I'm continuing to the last enterprising. It can be either enterprising or leadership, or conventional can be methodical and interest in data numbers. So more detailed, more granular answers are given by this only tool that I'm aware of. I know at least more than 100 tools in the market who provide answers to interests. So that's about interest profiling. Interest profiling is to find out what's your passion, what you enjoy doing, and if you are able to identify careers, then you can further, dig down to the ones that are most suitable for you. Okay. Then we look at any personality test. Big Five is my favorite because it's simple. It's a trait-based one. Accuracies are very good and not expensive. Yeah. Based on the Big Five theory of personality pioneered by Warren Norman and Lewis Goldberg, made popular, and Dr. Paul Costa Jr. and Robert McRae even made it more popular in the 60s and 70s. It measures the 5 fundamental dimensions of personality. You'll find people using different names: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So if we look at it, it's OCEAN, that's the abbreviation. Whereas if you find the Big Five, which I'm recommending from Central Test, it is openness to imagination, matching this, meticulousness, sociability, dynamism, consciousness of others, and emotional balance. People play around with words because of IP restrictions and things like that. Okay. And this is how the report will look like. So if you look at the left extreme, 8.9 in dynamism, social dynamism, or sociability and dynamism, meaning this person is a typical extrovert. What are extroverts good for? What comes naturally to them? Communication, public speaking, networking, interaction with others, jumping into action, talking with energy. Those are typical characteristics, therefore skills that come naturally to an extrovert like this. Emotional balance, look at the extreme score this side. Again, it's a skill that comes naturally to this person. So emotional balance, low score, means this person gets easily upset, angry, frustrated, shouts at people, may throw things at plate, call abusive names, walk out of a house or a meeting or a conversation. Now, a lot of people think that a low score on emotional balance like this is a weakness. Strength or a weakness is comparison with an ideal requirement for a particular job. Can anybody educate all of us? A low score in emotional balance, a person who gets easily upset, angry, frustrated, behave like a touch me not. What is the natural, effortless skill this person has got? Type in the chat box. If you get it right, you will get an interest profiling free. You have to send a mail to me. My mail ID will be shared as we go along. Dominance, no, Roma. What is the natural, effortless strength of a person who's got a low score on emotional balance? Sharing, fighting, partly correct. I can't give a full answer. Emotional. So what do you mean? What is the natural strength? Army, no. I'm saying strength as a behavior or a character, compatible, no. A person with a caring for others, sensitive is the correct word. Emotional sensitivity to others. They can spot when people feel upset by the gut feel, by looking at the words, the tone, the body language, not defensive. They are people, the natural, effortless skill, a person who's neurotic or emotional balances, they are like an early warning radar. They can pick up who gets violated physically, emotionally, any which way, or who's feeling unwell, unhappy emotionally. They are the first to pick up, and they will naturally sometimes fight for their cause. Do you agree? Emotional sensitivity, therefore they will usually reach out. They will be the sounding board and take action to protect that person who's getting violated in whichever way. And that's a strength. Everybody whom I've come across so far says low score on emotional balance is a weakness. No. Yes, it has got weakness in some context. It is the creator has given that as a possible naturally occurring skill, effortless skill. Only thing is, an effortless skill may not be useful in all contexts. A person with a low score on emotional balance like this will be a fantastic caretaker for abused children, or fight for, evangelize the cause of equality of women, protection of women's safety. They will be fantastic, evangelizers, fight for the cause with an NGO or otherwise, or even they will do advocacy as well as become an advocate and probably do free service for people getting violated. So the creator has given us naturally occurring skills. If you can choose a career that comes along with it, aligned with it, you will be good at it, you will enjoy it, you will bloom like a flower, full bloom flower. Okay, become a shining star in the sky. Okay, so because of paucity of time, I'm not going deeper there. My goal is to wrap up in the next 15 minutes. So let me move forward. So the reasoning ability or the cognitive ability, a lot of people wrongly, including psychologists, say cognitive ability is an aptitude test. No. Aptitude test includes cognitive ability, personality test, psychometric ability, reasoning test, memories, and all of that. Okay. Whereas from the Second World War time onwards, during Second World War, if you want to become an officer, they used to have only reasoning tests, verbal, numerical, and abstract or figural. Because as an officer, you're supposed to make decisions in ambiguity and lead men in war. Therefore, your decision has to be accurate and quick. Even now, cognitive ability or IQ still dominates the performance, even though people like the proponents of EQ say no, EQ is more powerful. No, what they say is early part of the career, IQ is important. It's like a passport or a visa to get into the job, and EQ can be built up over time. Okay, so that is why. Now, let me give you a story, actual story. There was this twin girls who came from Kochi to Bangalore because they were studying in IB school, yes. And they had a career counseling. They were both dejected. I asked them, how do you rate the career counseling given to you from the school side, whoever came and gave? He said 2.3, 2.4, all confusing. Confusion is what I got. I put them through an interest profiling, a personality test, a cognitive ability test, and a motivation test. At the end, they said, how do you rate after 1.5 hours of discussion? 7.5, one person said, the other person said 8.5. Okay, out of 10. So I said, what was unique? So twin girls, their father was an economist, mother was a homemaker. Both of them wanted to become a journalist and economist because he used to write articles for some of the business magazines. So both were interested in becoming doing BA economy, BSc economy, some places. One person, so the interest profiling said no problem. Personality said no problem. But when we came to the cognitive ability test, one girl's score in verbal reasoning was well above average and other two were average. And the second, well above average, and verbal reasoning was just average. So we suggested that the girl with the higher numerical reasoning, she may like to apply for BA economics first. And you may, since you've got a passion only for becoming a journalist, you may want to do an MA mass communication journalism or creative writing. And the girl with the high verbal reasoning and average numerical reasoning, I said, I suggest that you can choose journalism or creative writing in your graduation and then become, journalist. And you can specialize into journalism based on your further liking, whether to be a video journalist, a TV reporter, or for a business magazine like your dad. And they said, wow, that is a deal breaker or deal maker rather. Made an aha moment for them to decide, now I got clarity. So sometimes interest profiling, personality profiling can be confusing. That is why cognitive ability test results are critical. If you look at your English and math score, that can be confusing because the score that you get in your 10th boards or pre-boards is based on your preparation and tuition. It is not the real measurement of your cognitive ability. And I've proven that in a number of times. Where the child was scoring 95%, finally we said we'll send her for psychology because she was scoring 90% just because the tutor was very good. Given any out of the chapter, similar parents also said, yeah, that's true. Okay, now you understand why cognitive ability testing is important. I'm not going into how the report looks like. And this is how a motivation or a values questionnaire look like. Yeah, it covers the primary motivators as well as secondary or the recommended motivators. Okay, and supposing, say, influence, career opportunities, and money, these three are important. Will this person like to work in an NGO or in a corporate sector? Tell me NGO or corporate sector, type in your recommendation if these are the primary motivators. Please type in, should this person decide on NGO or a corporate job? NGO? Does NGO pay very well? Fazila? Amanda, does a NGO pay well? To my knowledge, no. Therefore, a corporate job is recommended for this person. Yeah. Similarly, if it is influence, career opportunities, and say intellectual curiosity, not remuneration, which is a primary motivator, that person can go into a R&D job where the salary is less, but you get access to the best of the publication across the world for research, for driving the PhD and others. There are some PhD holders. Is money your number one motivator? Rarely it will be the secondary motivator because their motivation will be more about. So who is the PhD holder here? Please answer what will be your top 3 motivators if I gave you this list of the 6 here. I'd given you earlier the list of 15 of them. I remember 1 or 2 of you saying I'm a PhD scholar. Intellectual curiosity, yes, true, Madhu. Oftentimes, even teacher, typical good teacher, remuneration will never be their number one motivator. And a lot of teachers are unhappy because remuneration is low and their aspiration is more. Wrong job, but told by the parents, go and become a teacher for whatever reason they have. Okay, so why do you need to, this I'm going to skip. Why psychometric tests? A lot of people misuse the definition of psychometric test. A psychometric test is an instrument designed to produce objective quantitative assessment of one or more psychological attributes. Okay, and to be called a psychometric test, it must have these properties: administered in a standardized manner, scored in a standardized manner, interpreted in a standardized way, and constructed according to psychometric principle, which means administered in a standardized manner, scored in a standardized manner, interpreted according to standardized principles. So constructed according to psychometric principle, it must have a theoretical rationale, writing of experimental items, piloting of experimental items, analysis of measurement property. That is why all that item 1 to 9 do not fit in the category of psychometric tests. Now you identify why, say, DMIT or the DNA, all of them do not have these properties of test development and not peer reviewed. People say, hey, it's good, it's got high reliability. Based on what? And of course, a write-up or a document or a technical manual. There are two categories of psychometric tests: tests of maximum performance or the reasoning ability or specific ability, which has got right and wrong answers, and high reliability. It is usually supervised and mandatorily timed. And typical all personality test interest values questionnaires are all typical performance, no right or wrong answers, a self-report, and it is called comparatively much lower reliability. And it is not supervised, there's no time limit. I hope this is very clear for all the curious people who want to know, particularly from psychology background. The social desirability scales are built into good personality tests, particularly trait-based tests. In this I can skip, we'll go. So there are special abilities and general abilities, usually for career guidance. General abilities called general GRT, general reasoning tests. And special or specific reasoning tests are also available, like mechanical reasoning, spatial reasoning, visual acuity, etc. We'll not go into the detail. These are some of the general versus a number of specific abilities. Speed reading, memories are all special ability. This I'm going to skip. We don't need to go into it. I just put in case there was some doubts. So typical performance measures include personality trait compared with others in the group. There are two types of personality tests. One is a trait type, based with like a big 5 OPQ 32 16 PF, which is one of the most popular ones. And the type ones are MBTI, Myers-Briggs type indicator. Okay. And interests and values and styles are other typical performance tests. I'm going to skip this. We'll go to 2-3 more key information. This I already told you about: controversial assessment, phrenology, graphology, banned in the US and UK. To my friends in the US and UK say, no, it's not permitted. It is supposed to have been originated from Malaysia, and there are 4 different versions available in India. Why do we use tests? This will be one of my last slides. Provides an estimate of an individual's relative standing on a relevant psychological construct. Okay. Fits with the sign approach that I'll skip for you. Useful for selection, development, career coaching, or career counseling. Objective signs provide better inputs over other forms of subjective processes. Yeah. For an informed career decision. That is why we use psychometric assessment. Now, interpretation of reports, we are not going to cover. I just kept it there because this is part of the training that I do for both career counselors as well as psychometric certification from British Psychological Society, as well as from Psychtech International, KCP Limited, whom I represent in India. So I'm going to go towards the last few slides just to give you a little more insight. Yeah, so those of you who may be interested in my mail ID or WhatsApp number, You can connect with me for more information. Please note that down if that's of interest to you. Okay. These are the certifications that I offer. I'll not spend much time on this. These are all tools that I am certified in, which is on the top. Yeah, thank you for writing that up. These are additional tools that I offer. You don't need to go into this. We have covered this already. Yeah. Okay, that brings us to the end of my planned presentation. If there are specific questions, we can spend another 10 minutes for answering questions. So I will be looking into the chat box because otherwise we'll clutter up the communication channel. Name and phone number in the chat box, please read. Fazilat has typed in there. So are there any questions, clarification, or observation or comments? I'm going to allocate 10 minutes for that.
So I have already asked, is there any specific test for special ability?
Yes, mechanical reasoning, spatial reasoning, visual acuity are all examples of special ability.
Okay.
Are you clear?
So I had a question. Upon choosing the motivators for the profession, could you please give us one or two more examples?
Okay. While I go back on my slide deck, what's the next question? Anybody else? Any other question? While I take you to the slide which I used earlier. Anybody else? Any other question? Okay, I didn't monitor who asked the question. So these are the 15 motivations or values measured by this test called motivation from central test. Motivations at workplace. So based on your preference, supposing say developing others, if you're very motivated in developing others, will you pick up a teacher's job or will you pick up a doctor's job? Assuming that everything else is same.
A teacher's job.
Yeah. You love social interaction. You're a typical extrovert. You get energy by talking to people. Will you become a medical transcriptor coder, or would you become a salesperson? Everything else being equal.
Salesperson. But sir, how do we decide what are the primary motivators and what are our secondary motivators for that profession?
So yeah, that is where if you're not experienced, you need to learn up. Yeah. If you read the report of interest profiling, it does mention careers and motivators to some extent. The technical manual of motivation gives you some answers. The rest you have to learn by reading up. There's no single source of learning. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, my question is that if there is a dilemma between the aptitude and the interest in the particular field a person wants to pursue, so which field, like what should he what is more important, the aptitude or the interest?
Okay, you tell me first.
Sir, I think it is interest, because I think that aptitude can be developed. If, for example, if a student wants to become a doctor, so we can develop the aptitude in him. But I still have this question in my mind. That, for example, there is a profession and the dilemma is between the aptitude and the interest. Maybe the person has aptitude. So it's a very tough to decide. Because you may be...
Roma, so let me give you clarity. Let me provide you. Yeah, I've heard you. Let me give you clarity. So once you get the clarity, you will find whether it's tough or not so tough. So I'll give you the spiritual definition of your life purpose. Your life purpose is to discover your gifts, skills, and talents and express them as creatively as possible and to the fullest, to solve the problems of humanity, to reduce the pain, sorrow, grief, or increase joy, pleasure of the stakeholders or customers you can. And spirituality says, like a Maruti 800 is designed not to go beyond 160 kilometers. If you want to go at 240 kilometers, you have to buy a Mercedes Benz. So the designer, the creator, if you believe in a God or a creator or whatever you have, we have been packaged with certain capabilities, like a computer has got certain capabilities. Yeah. Therefore, the first choice of bringing clarity is, what do you enjoy doing? I explained to you why it is so painful to teach a rabbit to swim or fly. It doesn't come with the nature. So what they like doing is number one critical part. Second is, do they have the skills that come naturally to them, or do they need to struggle like signing with the left hand? Every time. You may be good after 6 months of practice, both hands will be equally good. But if I ask you out of the blue, sign with, so please put your signature, this is your check leaf, automatically your right hand will go, because that is by nature. The other one requires more thought, it'll be a little more slower. Even if you become a master doing 10,000 times based on the outlier principle, even then your natural instinct will be the right one. Okay, so first is interest, what you enjoy doing. Second is what you're good at naturally. That also, the third element of doing naturally and good at is your cognitive abilities. I give the example of those two girls, twins. One wanted to become an economy student, and another one wanted to become a journalist. The last one and the critical one is also your motivation, because motivation is an energy. What makes you do things, get up Monday morning, all those put together. So a lot of people will find using Ikigai and approach. Ikigai has got some limitation. By and large, it's okay, but it has got certain limitation. It doesn't go interest, personality, that means what you're good at. And third is Ikigai says what the world will pay you. No, money is only one of the motivators. There are so many people who are continuing to work so hard, and some of the good politicians come under the category. They don't take a salary. Abdul Kalam, no salary. He used to use his pension from his DRDO job and do so much of service. Money is not the motivator. Money could be number one, number two, number three. For some people, even it's beyond that. It depends upon what their background, what their upbringing is. Never ever recommend a person to choose a job just because of money, unless they are from abject poverty background, a lot of commitment, financial commitment, and they will not be able to do it, at least for the beginning part of it. Later on, they must get back to the careers that they enjoy doing, they're good at, cognitively as well as interpersonally. And third is what motivates you based on the top motivations, needs, wants, and desires. If you already have a Maruti 800, you would want to have, say, a higher-end sedan, like a Ciaz. So that is a desire. So needs, wants, and desire. Wants is something I can't afford now, but I would like to have, that motivates me. It's an aspirational one. I hope that answers your question, Roma.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Any more questions? Time for wrap up. Another 2 minutes. Yeah.
Sir, any age limit, sir?
Yeah.
Any age limit, sir, for psychometric test?
No age limit. Minimum is there. So you will find, so can a 14-year-old drive a Maruti car?
No, sir.
Why? Not eligible. So similarly, the test designer says all the tests that I talked about, interest, personality, and others, some of the tests can be taken by children 14 years and above, and other tests are for adults only, like 16 PF. It's meant for 19 years and above, those who cross the adolescence. Why? Maturity level is much less. Even the motivation test I recommend for 18 to 9, that means those who have completed 12, 10th standard children, I've seen them struggling, but they get an idea. I want to introduce them to the concept of motivation, and that's why I recommend the 4 tests: vocation, big 5, reasoning test, and last is motivation.
So maximum limits are age, minimum you said.
No maximum limit, so long as you can read and interpret. Only minimum age is restricted. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to ask, do you conduct any training program for the same?
I showed a list of training program. I train people in holistic career counseling.
Okay.
2, I provide psychometric certification from not Central Test, KCP Limited UK, and PsychTech International UK, and all the 3 certifications from British Psychological Society.
Okay. They have to come back to your place, or that is an online mode?
There is online available for some of them. Some of them are classroom tests, classroom training.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, connect with me. I'll send you the list.
Okay, fine, sir. Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Sir,
So, everybody can put on the camera for the next 3 minutes.
sir, what is
Yeah.
the suitable time to contact you?
Morning 9 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. By 9:30 p.m. I am asleep.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I get up at 4 every day. Brahma Muhurtam. All right. So wonderful seeing you all. If all of you come, so let us do a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for being there. I hope I've been able to enable you to become more aware, and may you become nation builders. Career counselor is a nation builder. Remember that. High value stuff. For that, you must get trained well. You must use good tools, valid and reliable tools. We talked about reliability and validity, not detail, but we can always find another time to go into detail, because that's a long session, sometimes boring for some people. So all the very best. If there are any more questions, you can ask, unmute and speak, or chat up. Otherwise, I'm so happy to do this training, because I've been doing this for last so many years, almost 15 years. And every time I enjoy, because I find my trainees or learners, they get an aha, and I give absolutely practical examples so that it is useful for everybody. Okay.
So when can we have next session with you? Want to learn more from you, sir.
3G will coordinate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
If anybody is planning to do handwriting analysis and the brain, what is that? Otherwise, DMIT, I know a number of people who are there. They ask me, why don't you get trained? Why don't you make a lot of money? Please be cautious. That's all. I'm not saying anything good or bad. Any tool, every tool can be useful to some extent. Is it good enough? Is it approved by established societies? Do they have documentation to prove? Is it peer reviewed? I may produce a document. This is what it says. Remember, psychometric assessments and pharmaceuticals have got similar things. Pharmaceutical, they document. There's something called pharmacopedia, which is accessible only to pharmacists and doctors. It lists all the background information of how the medicine was developed, where it was tried, human trials carried out, side effects, overdose, underdose, all those are captured. And peer reviewed, that means it is gone to verified by agencies. That is what makes a good psychometric test. Okay. A lot of people offer others using not so good ones because there is good money there. By the way, the margins available from an internationally, like the tools that I use, margins are not so much. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it, and I also want to make it affordable to Indian audience, the best tools used in the world. Okay.
Sir, what
Yep.
is the reliability and validity score that is best so that we can look into?
British Psychological Society says all career development or development tool, the reliability for development, the reliability recommended is 0.7. If it is for selection, the reliability recommended for reasoning test is 0.8. Okay. Now, if you're looking for validity, a lot of publishers will not give the validity result because it's based on samples. I have seen a lot of reports saying the validity is 0.8, 0.9, 0.95. I don't believe them. If the publisher says, I will not believe, it has to be reviewed. That means, of course, you can today buy people to write a report for you. Those are unethical behaviors done by people. I'm saying other, so society like British Psychological Society, it's a transparent organization, and the peer review is done initially in confidential mode and then only made public so that they are not influenced by bribery, corruption, and things like that. Okay, so always ask, and if you are trained in one, compare. There's something called construct validity. How does it compare with similar other? Like I told you, I am certified in MBTI and Big 5 or 16 PF. For career counseling as well as for recruitment and development, I'll go for a trade-based tool. Though for some clients who say, no, I want to use MBTI, I will offer that as well. Yeah. So sometimes you have to succumb to the end users. They are only paying the money. But I ensure that as a member of British Psychological Society, I educate them so that they make the right decision. Okay. I hope that I answered your question. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Being a master students, I mean, completing masters in psychology,
Yeah.
can we practice Rorschach for personality?
Good question. Who asked this?
Kriti.
Kriti. By the way, the Armed Forces selection, Army selection, SSBs, Navy SSBs, Air Force selection board, one of the psychological tests used is Rorschach. Okay. I have fought against the use of it because I learned from British Psychological Society that the Western society stopped using Rorschach ink blot tests in the last 25 years for selection or recruitment. It is used for only clinical assessments. Yeah, more about discovery purpose because the reliability is low, validity is also comparatively low. Though I know people who have stood up and said, no, the reliability is very high, validity. All the documented evidence available publicly across the globe says it is not designed. Will you say, would you use Disprin if you have a stomachache? No, Disprin was designed for headache. Similarly, Rorschach was developed for clinical analysis, for helping a person discover what's holding me back. Why am I behaving the way I am? Where some tools may not give an answer, Rorschach has been found to find out deeper answer. So it is not only doing the test, it's also the conversation that the clinician does that gets some ideas. Okay, it's a subjective process compared to others. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. I'm Archana here.
Yes, Archana.
Yeah. What is the correct time or the age to counsel the average IQ kid? If children
counsel for what?
Yeah, if their IQ is average, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. If already the IQ is analyzed, and the thing is, we actually at some point the getting a job and earning becomes necessity actually.
Yeah.
So at that point, the average IQ students are usually they are. I mean to say, no one wants to get them into the the organizations never select such students or the kids actually. So
Archana, I'll repeat what I understood. So you're saying an average IQ person doesn't get selected in good companies. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, exactly.
That is not a correct answer.
Oh.
Okay. Because 68% of the population are average IQ people. Okay. Therefore, I work with number of clients globally as well as in India, multinationals, Indian and government sector. I recommend IQ or a reasoning tests. Before that, I recommend a personality test like a Big 5 OPQ 32 or 16 PF. A combination in the armed forces also use a combination method because no one tool is accurate enough. Remember, I train recruiters, I train certified people in competency-based interviewing or behavior-based interviewing. And I trained them, I said, the IQ is only one indicator. What you do, what you say, your behavior, how you perform in your task, now and earlier, is a better indicator to say that will you be a better performer on the job.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir,
Okay.
one more query can I ask you?
Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
IQ be
Time is
developed?
running up, so kindly ask your query soon.
Yeah, okay. So can IQ be developed? Older psychologists, I'm only 62. If you ask people who are 75 and above, I've been extra years, they said by the time you turn 19, adolescence to adulthood, 19 to 21, your IQ gets stabilized and stuck. Nowadays, neuropsychology says IQ can be developed provided you go through the right approach at any age. The counter view is IQ by and large gets, because IQ is highly influenced by your education. So EQ can be developed even at the age of 65 and 75, emotional quotient. Yeah, compared to both, yes, IQ development beyond from adulthood onwards, 19 to 21, is less effective compared to if you do IQ development training for a teenager or adolescent. That's what research says. So there is no one true answer there. There are two, both the sides, which is getting, they don't say 100%. By and large, get stabilized by 19 to 21. Whereas now neuropsychologists says no, even beyond that can be developed, provided we use specific approaches.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, something called accelerated learning. Read about accelerated learning.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Any more question? Last question I will give.
Which test we should prefer for motivation?
So motivation is another word. What is motivation? What gets you kicked up, charged up? So any values questionnaire or motivation questionnaire is for measuring motivation. And it is a comparatively less popular construct compared to trait or type. There are limited publishers. There is Hogan, they got MVPI, Motivation and Values Profile Indicator. There is Psychtech International, they got VMI, Values Motives Indicator. There's another one from SHL and Motivation Questionnaire from Central Test. These are the ones which are popular compared to most others.
Sir, I have learned with one thing in.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Martin, last
sir,
question.
I have got. Yeah, thank you. Yes, okay, sir. Sir, I have gone to Bangalore where I see this intuition power have been seen in some children there. What they do, they see that they can learn the things that is read on the paper, and the paper is being set on their head, and they can read that very paper. Or if they are being kept very blind and their eyes are being kept blind, and they can see with the blind eyes that with these eyes that they can read the sentences, read the words, what is being written on the paper in front of them.
Okay,
and still being
okay,
blinded.
Matin,
Is
I
it
understood your question because I'm familiar with it. If you go to YouTube and check, there'll be at least 10 videos saying this is fake. Whereas there are people who say if you are forgetting this part of the brain, if that is developed through the third eye, it is a subjective perception, not an objective perception, objective measurement. They say it can be developed. Because I know a person who put a challenge, is there on YouTube. He says, okay, you made this child read. So the claim by that person is you tie in such a fashion that's still readable. So he said, I will blind the child, using the blind that I have. Then show me that they will. So the person said, sorry. So as I said, it is questionable. There are a lot of things. There's something called remote viewing. You can move from Bangalore and go to Moscow, go to the KGB headquarters, see whatever is happening and come back. That's called time travel using.
They told it is intuition power, and it was used historically used by Prophet Muhammad also, and some people were also being user thing. And do you know this Shri Ravi Shankar's ashram, where it was being seen to us, it was being shown to us. Many people are doing such.
Matin, I'm aware. So please go on the YouTube and search. You will find different perspectives. Yeah.
Okay,
so
sir. Thank you.
I suggest is never blindly follow, become aware, challenge, and if you think there is enough objective evidence, believe it. I believe with a question mark, because unless somebody can prove to me, I will not believe that. But everything is possible because we don't know what we don't know. That's my firm belief. Okay. All right.
Okay, guys, with that, let's wind up with the session. If at all you have any queries, you can very well connect with him at his socials. And I thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with such an enlightening and insightful session. The session was indeed very informative, and I'm really looking forward to have more such insightful sessions with you, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Jamuna. And I thank Irfana as well as Dr. Sahil for giving this opportunity. I love teaching. If you learn something, I get a kick. And that's what keeps me going. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless.
Okay, guys.
And,
with that, we come to an end of the session. Thank you all so much for attending this session. Hope you all had an amazing time today, because I did. And everyone except people who are in the career coaching program can leave now. I repeat again, people who are in the career coaching program, kindly stay back. Everyone else can leave. Thank you, guys. We'll take a short 5 minutes break, and then we can continue with the session, guys.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Vamshi, now you're audible.
Okay, good. All right, guys. Hello. Good evening to all. So let's go ahead with, let's dive deep into the topic Facebook marketing. So it's late already. The previous session got extended for a long time. So let's get into the topic now. So today we're going to discuss about Facebook marketing and how it is very important in our day-to-day life. Okay. And also we'll be teaching you few strategies that helps you get some crazy results. Okay. So can we start? And I guess there are only few people here. So let's take this entire session interactive. All right. So